I wanted to go on a journey, one that would help me to capture the moment which seems to fade too quickly in these fast-paced times. A journey that should encourage me to do things that in the past I often dismissed too quickly out of convenience. A journey that would enable me to explore new forms of art ones I typically wouldn't have taken the time to try out otherwise. A journey on which I can share my knowledge but also learn new things from others. And often, a journey has to begin, even though you don't really feel ready for it yet. So, what are we waiting for? Another typical workday in the life as an illustrator. Usually, I start my day between 8 to 9 am with a big cup of coffee to get the brain working. First, I need to get my desk cleaned and sorted out so I can focus on the first task of the day, which most of the time is doing all the organizational stuff. I open my MacBook, check my mails, check social media, write some mails, write some messages to friends, and also finish some work for my publishing company. Once I have all that out of the way, I can finally start drawing. Today, I work on a cyberpunk-themed collaborative artwork with my friend Orb, who is deep into generative art and coding. This artwork specifically is for the project Saga World by Griff. He created a vast universe with lots of story that needs to be told, and together with Orb, I wanted to focus on a character that lives in multiple realities. My part was to create the character, and Orb then took over and made some coding magic happen. It was fun to work on a different theme again, since in the past months I focused a lot on absurd topics that do not really feature any technical design elements. And now it's time for less talking and more drawing. Alright, time to run some errands. I wanted to get something to eat, but first I have to bring a little art package to the post office. This time I'm sending an old friend of mine my Illustrated postcard set with some extra juicy stickers. Since I was short on time, I could not cook something for myself as I usually would do. So I went to try out the little empanada food truck around the block, and holy macaroni, it did not disappoint. The empanada was filled to the brim with the most juicy mushrooms and cheese bits, and with the freshly made fries, it was solid 10 out of 10. On the way home, I play some stickers. And to round it off, I get myself my favorite drink, Colamate. That little drink will give me the energy boost that I need to tackle some more sketching and also be prepared for a fun little interview I had scheduled for the evening.
All right, interview is over. It was really nice. So I'm already looking forward to the article, and yeah, time for some climbing and sports and hanging out.
passion of mine besides doing art is climbing and bouldering. I've been going to my local gym for probably around 6 years, and I always was kind of hesitant to go out and try my skills on the real rock. So together with my friends we organized a little field trip to an area called Bouldering, and it was time to send my first outdoor boulders. I'm in general not a big outdoor person, and going for hikes is not my usual business. But since I wanted to change how I spend my free time, I decided to try new approaches to my life. Because, who knows, maybe I will surprise myself and I like it way better than I thought. The reason why I like bouldering so much is because it helps me set personal goals that are quickly achievable. With all the work projects, it's most of the time hard to see the finishing line, and it can get really frustrating, overwhelming. And on top, bouldering trains my body parts that usually get really wasted from working at the desk. After a great day of climbing, we had a good laugh, because I liked it way more than I wanted to admit. And of course, while still being there, we already started planning our next trip while having a good cup of coffee.
So you just tried that highball?
I believe this serves as a valuable lesson for me, to stop overthinking and occasionally dive into uncharted waters. There's this small spot above my desk that I recently noticed while filming my tutorials. It looked kind of off and it really needs some extra love. So, time to grab my wallet and make a run to the art supply store. But first, I need to get my artwork printed for what I have planned. In the past, I used to make little cutout of my artworks that I use as a decoration for my booth at art markets. All I need for that now is a fresh cutter knife, spray glue, some foam board and the printed artwork. With that in my bag, it was time to get crafty. First, I had to apply the spray glue to the foam board. If you don't have spray glue, other types of glue also work. I let the spray glue set for a minute and then apply the print slowly and make sure there are no air bubbles underneath. Once everything is dried and set, I use the sharpest knife I can find and cut out the contours of my artwork. I like to add a big pattern border around the artwork because this helps me to divert the attention from any wobbly cut lines. The next step is not necessary if you do not want to hang the cutout on a wall. But to make sure I can hang it on a nail, I like to apply these handy little hooks that are made for foam board on the back. This way I will have an easier time to place the piece on the wall, and now I just have to find the right spot. I take my hammer, put some nails in the wall and make sure I don't hit anything inside that might cause any troubles down the line for me. And voila! I have a cute little espresso cooker as a decoration for my backdrop. I like this type of cutouts a lot. They're a big bang for a small buck and you can use them everywhere. So this concludes my first video and I hope you enjoyed it a lot. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of that stuff. Bye!